Math. The very word can send shivers down some people's spines, but it doesn't have to be that way. Math is everywhere, and it can be fun and fascinating if you approach it with the right mindset. We're here to break down those mental barriers and show you that math is not your enemy. It's a powerful tool that can help you understand the world around you. Think of math as a puzzle. Each piece fits together to create a bigger picture. And just like any puzzle, it can be challenging at times, but with a little patience and persistence, you can solve even the most complex problems. The key is to break down those problems into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of memorizing formulas and rules, we'll focus on understanding the why behind them. When you understand the concepts, math becomes much less intimidating. And when you see how math is used in everyday life, it becomes more relevant and interesting. So, whether you're a student struggling with math or an adult who just wants to brush up on your skills, you've come to the right place. Let's embark on this journey together and discover the joy of math. Let's start by demystifying some of the concepts that often trip people up. Take algebra, for example. It's all about finding the unknown, like solving a mystery. Imagine you're trying to figure out how many cookies your friend ate. You know they started with 10, and now there are only 3 left. That's an algebra problem. You can use a simple equation to solve it. 10 minus x equals 3. Geometry is another area that can seem intimidating, but it's really just about shapes and space. Think about a pizza. You can use geometry to calculate its area or the length of its crust. Trigonometry, which deals with triangles, might seem abstract, but it's used in navigation, engineering, and even music. Calculus, often seen as the most challenging of them all, is about change. Think about a car accelerating. Calculus helps us understand how its speed and distance change over time. It might sound complicated, but once you break it down, it becomes much more manageable. Math isn't confined to textbooks and classrooms, it's all around us. When you're baking a cake, you're using ratios and proportions. When you're building furniture, you're using geometry and measurement. When you're managing your finances, you're using arithmetic and maybe even some algebra. Let's say you're planning a road trip. You can use math to calculate the distance, estimate the time of arrival, and figure out how much gas you'll need. Or maybe you're trying to decide between 2 different phone plans. Math can help you compare the costs and choose the best option for you. These are just a few examples of how math is used in everyday life. Once you start noticing it, you'll be amazed at how pervasive it is. And when you see how relevant math is to your own life, you'll be more motivated to learn and understand it. Building confidence in math takes time and effort, but it's definitely achievable. Here are a few tips to help you along the way. 1. Start with the basics. Make sure you have a solid foundation before moving on to more complex concepts. 2. Practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the more comfortable you'll become with math. 3. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If you're struggling, don't hesitate to ask a teacher, tutor, or friend for assistance. 4. Break down problems into smaller steps. This will make them seem less daunting. Remember, everyone learns at their own pace. Don't get discouraged if you don't understand something immediately. Keep practicing, and you'll get there eventually. Math is a journey, not a race. Enjoy the process of learning and discovering.